better. Which, which, video. Thank you so much, everybody, for being amazing, kind, incredible individuals. I feel like I dwell on that a lot, but like, you guys deserve it. You're amazing, so supportive. I appreciate every single one of you. It has been a wild week. It's been a wild life. I know that a lot of my subscribers are from overseas, but in America we are just not getting our shit together. Surprise, surprise, about the pandemic, but also about our leadership who incites violence and white supremacist individuals to storm the nation's capital, and so it's been some shit, and it's such a ray of happiness to go into YouTube and see your comments and just a lot of you resonating with my videos and just really enjoying them, and it just means a lot. It's been making me smile, so I appreciate you guys. I do want to remind you guys that we are over on Patreon, and every month there will be two to three true crime related videos that will not be on YouTube. I don't want you guys to miss out on it. I did just upload a really, really cool video regarding ASMR true crime trigger words that is very tingly, and I do have a true crime case up there right now, and it's a very spooky case that a lot of us will probably remember it happening. It was pretty spooky. So I wanted to take a minute, and I wanted to kind of talk about our familicide series here on the channel that I'm going to be doing. These cases do take a lot of research, and I am very diligently and trying to be as prolific as possible and compiling and creating and bringing more of these cases to you, so you will be seeing those very shortly. However, I wanted to I know we started with Chris Watts, we jumped right in head first, but I wanted to maybe take a step back for a minute and talk about what familicide is, and what are the family annihilators. What gives? What is this? Why does this happen? Which I don't think we're going to answer that in this video, but I wanted to do a little deep dive into family annihilation and talk a little bit about that. And very soon I will be back with a case, a very, very, very famous familicide case. Now, what is familicide? Familicide is a murder or murder-suicide in which family members are killed in quick succession. The very definition is a murder or murder-suicide in which a perpetrator will kill multiple family members in rapid succession, most often a spouse, children, their parents, or their siblings. Now, if a child kills only their parents, then it is considered a parricide, which does happen, and maybe that's another series. I actually believe that I covered a parricide case. I'm gonna pop that right here. I believe it was Susanne Von Mistuften. Somebody commented that I didn't pronounce her name correctly last time, which made me sad, because I have family in Germany, and I was like, I thought my German was right, or sort of right. Okay, whatever. So I probably messed it up. Again. I'm sorry. I'm from Massachusetts. Okay, I'm wicked smart. So I will put that case right up there. Anyways, now most perpetrators of these acts let me go back. Most perpetrators of this are white men in their 30s, and they tend to have, at least what seems like on outward appearance, pretty good lives. They're pretty successful. We have people like Chris Watts, who, he's a mildly successful, beautiful home, 2 daughters, one on the way, a child on the way, moderately successful, happy individuals. And you also have really, really, really well-to-do individuals like Chris Benoit, for example, who, again, outwardly he was the wrestler. He still is the wrestler to many individuals that really truly shaped wrestling culture. He's incredibly impactful and outwardly, again, very, very well-to-do, very popular, loved his family. Now, this is a common theme that we do see in familicide cases. They kind of shock everybody. They don't just shock me or you. They shock this person's friends, this person's family, this person's work, like everybody they know. They're like, I did not see this coming a mile away. Now, 68% of the time, the perpetrator will kill themselves. We do see this in the Chris Benoit case, for example. That is actually an alarming statistic, that more than half of the people that commit these crimes do kill themselves after committing these crimes. Now, I want to talk a little bit about David Wilson. I read a lot of articles about his dissection of family annihilators, and he kind of breaks them into these categories. David Wilson is from Birmingham City University, and he's identified 4 types of family annihilators. And I want to kind of go through these a little bit with you guys. A little bit. So, we have the anomic family annihilator. Now, family to this type of category of annihilator, family is a status and symbol and represents everything, every financial success. So if that system breaks or fails, like bankruptcy, loss of a house, loss of income, the family almost doesn't serve this purpose anymore to the perpetrator and must be removed. Now, the disappointed family annihilator will seek to punish his family for not upholding certain values and ideals, such as religious customs. So in many familicide cases that have to do with religion and just strict family values, Mormonism, things of that nature, Christianity, following those paths, they will act and punish their family and their children for bringing dishonor and not following those types of customs that they feel are the truest way of survival. Then we have the self-righteous annihilator. This annihilator will hold their mother responsible for what has happened, what is taking place. Now, he also, and I say he because again, statistically, we've addressed that these are perpetrated by men, but I understand that sometimes that's not the case. But they may notify. They may notify their mother while they're committing the crimes, before they're about to commit the crimes, after. They will tell her what they've done as a act against her. So this is very interesting. Then we have the Paranoid Annihilator. They imagine that they're protecting their family from a threat, real or perceived. They're protecting them from something far worse than what they're about to do to them. Now, I would argue that Chris Watts probably somewhat falls into that category, because he recalls in his February 2019 interview with detectives that, something in him just completely, had snapped when Susanne claimed to him that he would never see their children again and things of that nature. So he could potentially lean to this type of annihilator because he felt completely threatened that he would completely be cut off and lose his family. So this was a way to protect that, if you will. But Chris Watts, to continue to use this example, has stumped many psychologists because ultimately, when we put it all together, his ultimate truest goal is, oh my goodness, I just want to fix this. Okay, thank you, I am so sorry. I thought my microphone wasn't plugged in and I was about to blow it. I was about to freak out. I was about to fly through the ceiling. I was like, oh my god. So he completely baffles a lot of psychologists, because his reason very truly lies in the fact that he did want this other life with Nicole Kessinger. And that is so selfish, and so, there's a lot more to that. So it is argued that Chris Watts cannot fit into these categories, but if I, in my opinion, had to place him somewhere, I would probably place him as paranoid, maybe even a bit of this, self-righteousness almost. I don't know. I will bring this up in future cases when I talk about family annihilation, just because I think this is a really interesting model. So going forward, when I do discuss familicide cases, I will reference this from time to time so we can all be on the same page. Now, what are the most common triggers in family annihilation? Finances, which we talked about. We talked about honor killings, a little bit at least, which is sparing the family of tragedy, real or imagined tragedy, and also killing of children or spouses due to not following certain familial religious customs. Also, a family breakup will cause a lot of disdain and could potentially also be a trigger, which Chris Watts, Now, Dr. Neil Webstale, who is the author of Familicide Hearts, which I would like to read this, says that financial strain is the most powerful crimes because it results in a deep, deep, deep sense of male shame, especially since the families of most of these individuals appear and look so respectable and so wonderful on the outside when there is so much strain on the inside that people don't see. Which again, this, could fall back to the Watts family as well and what happened. So, one third of offenders are more reserved people than they are individuals with domestic violent backgrounds. Now, that does not mean that a background of domestic violence does not exist in familicide cases, but it is overwhelmingly that people and individuals and men that are, again, outwardly respected and valued and seen as very well-to-do and put together are predominantly the perpetrators of this crime. Now, with that, I don't know what this plane is doing. It sounds like it's about to crash through my studio. Okay. Got a little nervous there. Did you guys hear the rattling of my studio for a second? I had a little panic attack. Okay. So again, that does not mean that it doesn't exist, because the problem here is we have 68% of these individuals killing themselves. So the history of domestic violence tends to not be found immediately, or if ever. So it's interesting. It's an interesting statistic to look at. Could be a deeper dive into that. Now, again, there are the varying degrees. On one end, we do have that repressed, quiet, respectable gentleman, and then we do have this very strong force. He may be violent, he may be misogynistic. There just seems to be these two very polar degrees, opposites of this. But more common, the perpetrators are here on the repressed side. Now, what also kind of throws psychologists and people that have looked at the Chris Watts case is that his personality clearly is a narcissistic personality that may have convinced him in perpetrating the crimes that he could get away with what happened to his family. He could get away with it. He would be able to get away with it. I mean, we see him plea with the news. The very next day, I believe, to bring back his family. And I mean, clearly these actions are so narcissistic, because we clearly, even as individuals sitting on our couches at home watching this, we're like, whoa, the body language, his voice, things like that. Something was, rotten in Denmark, to quote Shakespeare, and we could see that right away. So that definitely stumped a lot of psychologists in where he falls in this little diagram here. So I again am going to go back and forth with that model of family annihilation. I'm going to kind of bring those up while I'm discussing the cases to kind where they fall, where they don't fall, and why. And the truth of the matter with family annihilation cases is that they truly dismantle and go against a lot of what people believe family and believe these individuals to be. It really shakes people to the very, 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 very core. And it's a very interesting, and I don't want to say that disrespectfully, but what makes this happen, what truly makes this happen, what truly is this thing. And I find that interesting, looking at the behavioral aspect of it. And again, I want to say that with like the most respect in the world, because these are terrible, horrible crimes and truly are just heartbreaking. I was doing research for the Chris Benoit case, and I actually started to cry for a moment watching this documentary about it. It's very hard, and again, there are more unanswered pieces than there are answered pieces in regards to cases like this. I'm gonna leave you with that for tonight. Again, we'll talk more about this. We'll dive deeper. We'll do some dissection. Let me know what you guys think of that. I know a lot of you were, my shoulder popped, are really excited for the familicide case. Sorry, there's like hair on the camera, but I'm just rolling with it right now. Hopefully it's tingly. Okay. So yeah, make sure to let me know what cases you think I should cover. Again, Chris Benoit is definitely on deck. If I haven't, I've hinted at it, but clearly that's coming up. And also we're going to talk about some lesser known cases, at least cases that I didn't know about, some older cases. And I also want to talk about individuals like Andrea Yates, for example. Now, this is a particularly different type of family annihilation, but it absolutely is all still relevant, and we're going to get into that. We're going to get into that very soon. Again, please hop over to Patreon, come hang out with us, come make some case recommendations. Again, they'll only be on Patreon. And thank you so much to everybody that's already over there, and thank you to you for watching, and everybody that comes over and gives a like and a comment. Even just a simple like and a comment and a subscribe button, click means the very world to me. So I appreciate all of you guys. I'm gonna see you guys really soon. Don't forget, do tell your friends, video, like it was my intro. I need to go to bed. Thank you for watching another ASMR